Welcome back, everyone. It's Laura from Hyperstamper, and this is an unusual video for me. This is the first I've done. I went antiquing yesterday with my sister, and I just went nuts. I found so many wonderful things that I want to share with you because these will be coming up often in my journals and my flip throughs. I found this wonderful book that I've already taken it apart and am ready to turn that into a junk journal. Is that fun? And that's one of my favorite types, the marbled journals that were so popular in the 1800s. And I found a whole bucket of these. They're durables, and this one here is wooden with brass on the tops and bottoms, and I will have to find a way to trim that down, but that's going to be on some of my journals as a pull. They're kind of heavy, but I couldn't resist. I just thought they were awesome. This was wonderful. I'm always looking for bingo cards, and you get you have to buy a whole box to get like 10 cards. But when I saw this here, I lost it. So it's because there were 72 cards in here, and this is truly vintage, and I am thrilled. I love how they're aged. So I'm good. I'm good for bingo cards for a while. So you're going to get sick of seeing them in my journals, but I know people love them and they're much desired. So yay, that was a huge score. I was shaking when I saw that. I found more vintage Monopoly game pieces, and my favorite is that the community chest and the chance cards are here, and I just love how worn they are. This game was well loved by whoever owned this game. Isn't that fun? Here's something that I've never seen before. It is a watchman's clock dial, so I guess a watchmaker. And I thought it was just one in there, but when I opened it, it was hundreds. Look at these wonderful old clock dials. Aren't they wonderful? So you're going to see those appear in my journals a lot over the next year. This was just a fun piece. Somebody pulled it off an antique dresser or buffet, and that is absolutely going on a journal. So let me show you some of the books I got. Just this really old cookbook here. Isn't it wonderful? I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I might make that into a cover. It's just, look at this little boy. Oh my gosh, it's so great. And this one here, Young Folks at Home. I love the image. So that's going to be a journal. And this was my favorite from the, I want to say 1800s in Farm and Field. And sorry, I have to open it without hitting the camera. The images in here are worthy of selling on their own, but I probably won't do that. Look at them. They're just, oh, look at that. They're just beautiful. And squirrels, my favorite. So in Farm and Field, I'm so pleased with that. Another fun one here. I am a fan of the old children's books, Under the Sun, and I love the ethnicity of the cover and diversity. This one's hilarious. House Making Made Simple, with a picture of two little boys roughhousing and the little dog watching. But look at the hilarious decor. We all remember that. And the images in here are wonderful. How all these wonderful housewives kept their homes clean while they wore these perfect dresses and haircuts. If my kids came home and saw me vacuuming with an apron on in a dress, they would call 911. So here we go. And this one here, it's called an infant's magazine. Now, it was a wonderful book back in the day. I have yet to find the date of this, but I can tell it's already from the 20s or 30s, but some wonderful little child used it as a coloring book. So every image is colored. And I loved that. And the woman said people would pick it up and put it down because they didn't want the coloring. I think it's wonderful. It means it was loved by some lovely little children. And I can't wait to use it. So if you see pages from that, they'll probably have the crayon in them. And this was my favorite. I found this a year ago, and I made a journal of it this year, I think, and it sold within hours of me posting it on Etsy. It was a really good journal. And the images in here I continue to use. You'll see these in the journals even this week that I'm posting. So I'm going to get lots of use out of this. And the cover, I don't know when I'll be making a journal out of it, because I might just want to keep it and enjoy it for a while, because people know that butterflies are my favorite. And this is something else here. This is an antique box of, you know, from the library of cards. So often when you open an antique book, on the inside it'll tell you who owns the book. But look at these, I love them. So guess what's going in here? I can't wait. So anyways, that's a little sneak peek of what's to come. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot one thing. Might not be a big deal, but I love it. It's a stamp book, and these are all vintage and antique stamps. But look at how great these are, these pages. They used those little hinges so you could see the pictures underneath. And then there's just some laying around in here. And there was a letter in here to a girl from her mother. Isn't this great? So you would lift it up and there would be the image of the stamp you were supposed to find for that spot. Anyways, I'll be using those pages, and there was this whole bag of vintage stamps that I am freaking out over. So yeah, stay tuned. You're going to see lots of really fun things in my journals coming up. Come back soon.